This is Oscar Bevis for the Stomping Ground, powered by Wow Hydrate and available on his own. Demsey McKean in the house. What's happening, big man?
Lots happening, mate. It's fight week, so it's it's good to finally be able to relax for a change. It's been a long camp, 11 weeks of torturous hell, but it's good just to finally relax a little bit and have some downtime before showtime.
The mere mortals of us will hear you say it's nice to be able to relax and think, are you serious?
Yeah.
It's Riyadh season fight week. But
Yeah.
I guess you look at it from the perspective that I've done all the hard bit, and although it's a massive fight for you on Saturday night, I guess that's where the fun is.
Yeah, definitely. But it's good just to be able to just do nothing, and we've done the hard training, like you said. So it's just tapering off, but just sharpening up with the pads and a bit of shadow and plenty of naps and lazing around in between there.
What is your fun during fight week? You a gamer, music man?
I usually am a gamer, but I have not been playing my game at all this whole camp as well, because I've really been focused on the recovery and just relaxing a little bit in between training sessions.
What do you normally play?
Warzone online, so with the boys, So that's my jam there. So
Aussie squad rolling out,
Well, I got the UK squad from when I lived over here as well, so they always pester me when I'm going to be playing with them, but the ping's just too high.
A couple of the Matchroom gym boys, or
no, just like lads that I met over in the UK and stuff as well, and friends of friends. So I'll be plenty of gaming after Saturday night when I get back home for sure.
Well, the only war for now will be the one on Saturday night. That's
Exactly,
how we'll leave it.
definitely.
I saw you. We didn't get to catch up on camera, but I saw you at the launch press conference. Obviously, you went face to face with Moses, done little bits of media, done the actual press conference. From then until now, if you could just kind of timeline what life's been like. I know the majority of it would have been hard work and training, but any bits that you could pick up on that, like highlights of the last few weeks preparing for this fight?
Nothing too crazy, man. It's just wake, train, eat, sleep, repeat, and that's why training camps go so fast. Like I remember when we first had the notice, I think it was about 11 weeks when I was over in the UK, and we had 11 weeks prep for this fight, and I'm thinking, that's 3 months away, and before you know it, it's fight week now, and it's literally goes past in a blink of an eye. So it's just, training, lots of sparring. Obviously, I've been inactive for a year, so we had to make sure we hit our numbers for sparring. So we've done over 120 rounds of sparring for this camp, which is a lot for heavyweights. So just had to make sure we're fit and conditioned and on point, which we are.
Yeah. The term ring rust is one that gets thrown about quite a lot, to the point where I feel like it's a little bit of a cliche. But obviously inactivity isn't something you want in your career. It's not the biggest period of inactivity ever. But as a fighter, can you feel a difference when you haven't been in a professional ring for, even if it is just a year or 18 months? Can you feel little differences, maybe speed, time and reflexes? I don't know, is there little feelings?
I think there might be, but like I've had like a hand injury in the past where I've been out for about a year and a half also, and I come back and I put on a good performance. So it's not something I'm really worried about, and that was when I wasn't training as hard as I have been this last year. This last year it's not like I've been sitting on the couch for 14 months. I've been training, I've been entering fight camps, and they've fallen through, and then we pick it up again, and so we've been sparring on and off, and we've been in the gym every single day. So when I had the hand injury, I was obviously on the couch for a couple of months and not being able to do anything. So it's not a worry in my mind. Like we've been training hard the last year, and it's been a hell of a 12 weeks as well for this fight.
Yeah. Just in terms of your career as a whole, and I guess this will be something that you'll sit down and look at when you do hang the gloves up in years to come. I think we first met in just outside of Boston on Demetrius Andrade fight week. So we'll say New Hampshire.
Yep.
You fought in Brisbane in 2 fights ago, or your last fight.
Yep.
Twice at the O2.
Twice the O2.
Now you're fighting in Riyadh. I know a ring is a ring, but is it nice that you'll be able to look back at the end of your career and go, I'm not just covering countries, I'm covering continents.
Definitely, I'm getting goosebumps you just talking about that as well.
It's making different stuff happen, right? There's three. I mentioned 3 continents.
I know.
Is that
literally
4 different continents?
Yeah.
Like,
So
mental.
it is mental, mate. Like as I started this journey, 14, 15 years ago when I started mixed martial arts, and I thought I started that for a bit of fun. And my coach said, "We'll turn you into an Australian champ." And I thought, I don't have any intention of fighting. And then we started fighting, and then kind of transitioned into Muay Thai. And then 10 years ago, I started boxing also with no amateur pedigree. So entering the pro ranks with no amateur fights at all 10 years ago, and to be fighting on the biggest stage possible on one of the biggest cards ever is definitely a pinch yourself moment.
I can't wait. I think this is a really, really good fight. You mentioned sparring. There's one person that I want to talk about, Jai Opataya. Now,
that would come up, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you knew people would ask you about this
Yeah.
week. There was a lot of rumour flying about that he'd done a little bit of damage on Fury in camps gone previous. That's all hearsay. None of us are inside that camp.
Yeah.
But from what you've done with Jai Opataya, I just want to know a little bit about how them spars went. And not can you put credit to any claims, but can you see that there's a fighter there that perhaps may have given Fury bits of problems in sparring in the past?
Could have been. It's I don't know. I don't know the truth behind it either. It's just probably those.
You must have asked.
Pardon?
You must have asked.
I asked my coach, because Taps Opetaia is kind of involved with our team also, which is Jai's father and trainer. So, he's definitely a good fighter. He's a world champion for a reason, and to be able to get those rounds with him towards the end of camp, there's not a better southpaw in the world. The Usyk's right up there as well. Jai's a lot faster than Usyk, I find, and a lot higher work rate, in and out movement. He's got a lot of good things going for himself. So, to be able to get the good rounds out with Jai, it's definitely even more of a confidence booster. And he's definitely a world champ for a reason. He's a beast.
Yeah, I mean, you both look like beasts standing next to each other in that photo, I must admit.
It was a nice one, wasn't it?
Moses Itauma. I just want to know if you feel, I don't want to use the word disrespected, but now I've said it, I might as well throw it at you.
Yeah,
Do you feel a bit disrespected simply because he is, and this isn't me saying that he isn't worthy, but he's a young kid, all right, he's moving at a good pace, but he's fresh on the block. You've been and seen quite a bit, and yet Moses Itauma is going to do the business here. Is there a bit of disrespect from your end?
I don't mind. I honestly don't mind. It works in my favour, Like we had the face-to-face, back in England months ago, and he even said, look, I've been overlooking you, and now I see you here, and you're fit, and you talk with confidence. I know I've got to switch on. And I said, mate,
he was like, yeah.
He told me, yeah. I said, mate, that's where the immaturity comes from. You remember how you used to think when you're 19 years old, mate, when you got this kind of raps about yourself.
Do, mate.
Yeah, exactly. And so it works in my favour. I said, mate, on the highest level, on the top level, you shouldn't be overlooking anyone. Simple as that. That's a maturity thing there for sure. It's just going to work in my favour. So if he keeps thinking like that, he's looking 2 fights ahead of me, and to win that world title, it works in my favour. I don't mind, honestly. And he's a good prospect. He's been looking good. He's got some good highlights. So people talk. He's got a good promotional team that's going to push that to beat the Mike Tyson record. That's what a promoter's job is to promote their fighter.
Yeah. Stylistically, what sort of fight do you think we're going to get?
Look, it's going to be a nice technical fight as well, and we're going to see what happens when he gets outside the second, third round. They think they're going to blow me out within a few rounds, and once again, it's going to be another confidence thing there as well. If he's been prepping this whole fight to blow me out within a few rounds, and I'm looking at him at the 4th and 5th round, what's that going to do for his mental state? 19 years old, the confidence, immaturity, these are things we're going to look to capitalise on.
Yeah, well, I was literally going to say for my next question, is it about taking him to a place that he hasn't yet been? Not that he's been in easy fights as such for a person at this stage of his career, but he has been in fights where you'd probably argue that he hasn't had the gut check, as people say.
Yeah, I don't think
is that your job to give him that?
Definitely. I don't think he's, he even said he hasn't been punched in any of the fights. I don't think the guys are coming in there they don't even want to fight, man. They're looking to lay down, covering up. So, when you get in with someone bigger, it's going to be holding the center ring and jabbing you in the face and then throwing punches back. It's a complete different game, and yeah, we're going to see. Honestly, I'm coming in really good condition, good shape, good game plan. We're feeling very confident.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a sick division, the heavyweight division. If I just take out Usyk, Fury, and AJ, and the guys who are kind of at the top with the biggest names for the while, you've got what people are calling a bogeyman in Martin McCauley. Ajit Kabiel is looking like a brilliant fighter, still got his undefeated record. The Joseph Parker resurgence. A win here, you must be looking and going, there's about 3-4 fights that are just rub your hands, lick your lips, brilliant fights.
Definitely. It's a lot of good fringe fighters, on the verge, really trying to break it through, but then on the verge of that world title fight as well. So, a good win here, and, I could be next in line for an interim fight or, any kind of like a potential world title fight. But obviously, all eyes on Moses first, and even if when I do get through him, they've got a rematch clause in the contract as well. So how confident do you think Frank Warren and the team are to make sure they put the rematch clause in the contract? So are they having a bit of doubt about Moses, a little what-if moment? So usually you don't get rematch clauses unless it's a world title fight.
Was you happy to sign a contract that had a rematch clause? Because I guess from your perspective, you're thinking, if I beat what is considered an elite level prospect, let's be honest, if I beat what is considered to be an elite level prospect, I want to move on to fight guys I just mentioned.
And it might not come straight away, there's ways you can kind of get around stuff like that and push forward and whatnot also. But look, if I beat him once, I could beat him twice, so. But that's another thing can't wait to bring up at the press conference as well, how confident is your team, mate, if they're putting in rematch clauses and it's not a world title fight. So play on his mind a little bit more. So
you bring on the press, but we've got a long way to go before that. Final one on the fight before we talk about the main event. Do you knock Moses Itauma out?
I stop him late. I stop him mid to late.
Okay. Main event. Where's your money at second time round?
Usyk, I tipped him the first time. I'm going to tip him the second time, and I think it was that added confidence in his work rate and pace. I think he's going to look to do a job on Fury. I think it's going to be another good fight though, but I think he's going to take over second half of the fight.